I want you to imagine that you show up to church this coming Sabbath and the pastor hands you a list of 39 things that you cannot do on the Sabbath. Some of them include things such as combing your hair, because that's working your arms. According to the list, you cannot write, bathe, tie a knot, carry a tissue, wash your dishes, or turn on the oven, because all of this would be considered working on the Sabbath. Welcome to Sabbath keeping back in Jesus' day. Oh, I forgot to mention, you weren't allowed to pick berries, fruit, or grains. That would be harvesting on the Sabbath. So again, imagine the scandal it must have created when Jesus' disciples not only picked grain on the Sabbath, but they had the audacity to rub it in their hands to clear away the chaff, the stuff you couldn't eat. Harvesting, threshing, and winnowing on the Sabbath? What kind of Jews were these followers of Jesus? And the point being, why should anybody listen to Jesus if he had no regard for the laws that protected the Sabbath? And this is what makes the story so funny. They are trying to protect the very law that Jesus created. Now, who should know better than Jesus on what it means to truly keep the Sabbath? Here's what Jesus said about Sabbath keeping. The Sabbath was made for man, and not man for the Sabbath. In other words, Jesus just said that the Sabbath was made to bless and benefit people, not the other way around. Then he reminds them of that time when David and his men were on the run from Saul. They come to the tabernacle, and there, lying around, out in the open, is the bread. And not just any bread. This is shewbread. It's holy. And the only people allowed to eat it are the priests. That was the law, priests only. But David and his men are in desperate need of food. So what does the priest do? He takes the holy bread and he gives it to David and his men. Why? Because people were more important than the bread. But it doesn't end there. Jesus had the audacity to heal a man on the Sabbath, something Jesus could have done on Sunday. But no, Jesus had to do it on the Sabbath. And for this, they wanted to kill him. And again, they missed the point. They are so wrapped up in their legalistic rules that the rules became more important than the people. They lost sight of the fact that there is a difference between doing good on the Sabbath versus doing harm. That saving lives is more important than letting people suffer and die. And how did Jesus' accusers respond to what Jesus had done? Well, they actually broke the Sabbath by plotting to kill Jesus because now they too are working on the Sabbath. Here's the point of today's lesson. If your religion allows you to sit back while others suffer, you need a new religion. Well, that was our nugget for today. Thanks for stopping by. I'll look forward to seeing you tomorrow.